Hey guys, so I was watching another video about this whole Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, and just some more fucking terrible promotion. So this is was this now? The 28th. It is the 30th, so just like 2 fucking days ago. This is Deadline Hollywood. The Lord of the Rings star Sir Lenny Henry applauds Amazon's move away from Tolkien's fair-skinned characters to diverse cast. Basically, the article is pretty much says, "Oh yeah, it's nice to see people who look like me on screen, because I've been fighting for this stuff for years and blah blah blah." Lord of the Rings has been translated into almost every fucking language. Do you really think that the some of the language it's been translated into are people that look like the characters in the book? No, because most people don't give a flying fuck about any of that stupid shit. Because they read the book and they see a story with rich characters, amazing settings, like this whole grand story to tell, and that's enough. They don't sit there and, I wish I could see myself portrayed. I wish I could see myself in this book. I wish I could see myself on the screen. I wish my color was reflected. They don't care about that. So basically, these people are saying, oh, yeah, like all those characters that you know and love, let's just diversify them for no fucking reason. Um, there's also something I saw in here. Uh, Sadik Burrows, a Harfoot proto-hobbit. Now, this takes place during the Second Age. Hobbits weren't around during the Second Age, so there's that. So not only are they breaking with the fucking lore of the story, they're breaking the lore of the story just to fucking add diversity. If they want to create their own fucking diverse shit, make your own diverse shit. Don't fucking take Tolkien's work and diversify and pick and choose what you want to keep and what you don't, so that way, what you want to diversify and all. Just fucking make your own shit. Seriously. They did. But here we have more. Of course, this woman doesn't shut the fuck up about it. On playing the first Black Dwarf, not only is she the first female dwarf ever on screen, she is the first black dwarf on screen. No, bitch, again. Female dwarves have been shown on screen. They may not have been forefront, but they have been there. So, your ego, take that down a notch. Ismael Cruz Cordova digs into the process of bringing the first ever elf of color to the Lord of the Rings universe. Do you see the running trend here? They're not talking about the story. They're not talking about how amazing fucking Tolkien is. They're talking about diversity. They're talking about, I need to see my fucking self on the screen. Because apparently only white people were able to enjoy the works of J.R.R. Tolkien up until this point, despite the fact that the book's been translated into almost every fucking language. But who cares about that, right? These people have their heads so far up their asses and are so fucking detached with society. Um, it's like I said before with the last video with when I was talking about it. This is how they go about promoting it. They're not talking about the story. They're not talking about the works of Tolkien. They're not talking about how amazing what he did was, creating not only this amazing fucking world that is still influential today, creating languages for all these fucking races. No, they talk about, well, we want to really see ourselves on screen. Being me, being black and growing up, I never saw myself on screen. And I thought it'd be nice to diversify. That's what they're fucking talking about. That's what they're going on. That's how they're promoting this fucking sack of shit. And I keep, it's like on Facebook, on Twitter, on every time there's a post saying only this many days till Rings of Power, everyone's like, we don't care. No one is excited for this. The only ones who are excited about this are the fucking idiots on Twitter, the ones who care about race, skin color, and sexuality, and all that other fucking useless, meaningless bullshit. Those are the only ones. And most of the time, they're not even fans of what they're, excited about. They're just, oh my God, diversity. Oh my God, diversity. Representation. I get to see myself on screen. I don't even care about the source material. I get to see myself on screen. So, Facebook has, there's these posters, like Lord of the Rings, Rings of Powers Daily or some shit like that. They keep posting on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and people just most generally the comments say like 99% of the comments are basically people saying, we don't care. This is going to be a shit show. We know it's going to be a shit show. The fact that they keep promoting it this way tells us everything we need to know about it. Because again, when you're confident about your product, you want to promote it saying, oh my God, we have such amazing characters, such a rich atmosphere, the world that the story is based in. We filmed here, and you know, like Peter Jackson was very proud that they filmed in New Zealand. Like a lot of pretty much all the shots are real places, and he was very proud of that. He said that he wanted to keep it as close to source material as possible. That he didn't want to add his own freaking political or any kind of viewpoints into it. He wanted to keep it Tolkien. He wanted to keep it pure, even if there were small changes. He wanted to keep it Tolkien-esque. So he wasn't making any changes that were far-fetched or very un-Tolkien like. Them, they're just like, well, the Harfoots didn't fucking exist until like what, the third age? Now they're gonna be in the second age now, and guess what? They're gonna be black. You know, that's how. This is how they're going about it. And speaking of Lord of the Rings, I was actually I watched Fellowship. I'm on the Two Towers. I'm pretty much mostly through, and then I'll be watching Return of the King. And then after Return of the King, I'll probably be watching all the Hobbit movies. They're not as good, but they're still fun to watch. Desolation of Smaug. That seeing him was just amazing. Seeing like a fucking dragon in Middle Earth of just that stature, and sadly enough, Smaug wasn't even that big of a dragon compared to some of the others that were in the world. So he was relatively small compared to some of the others. Uh, but I would love to see them. I don't give a fuck about diverse hobbits. Give us cool stories. I want to see the dragons of Middle Earth. I want to see the First Age. I want to see Eru Ilúvatar create the fucking world. I want to see Morgoth. I want to see, you know, I want to see that stuff. I don't give a fuck about black hobbits or fucking black elves or black dwarves. Like, oh, it was just skin color this. I don't care about the skin color. I want good stories. That's what people watch for, is good stories. For fun stories, for fun characters. Characters you can relate to. Not because they're the same fucking skin color, but because they're going through the same kinds of hardships and everything that you might be going through, even though it's a little different considering the world that they live in. You want to see grand stories, even if it takes like two, three fucking movies to get to the climax of it. You know, but all they do is just promote race and skin color. That's all they fucking do. The first black this, the first female black that. Seeing yourself on screen, representation, diversity. This is the hill they're choosing to die on. Like I said, if you're so confident in your product, you shouldn't have to keep the pandering going. You know, I showed the little interviews and stuff with them, and the girls who played the hobbits were like the only ones who were talking about their characters, and they looked like the two people who would most talk about diversity. But no, they talked about their characters. They talked about the characteristics of their characters. You know, their personalities, their traits, their like what is I've said this before, what about these characters makes us want to stay invested in them? And it's not diversity. We need more than that to keep us interested. Or regular people, normal people, we don't give a fuck about diversity. We want a good story. No. But what do I know? I'm just some fucking guy a normal person who doesn't give a fuck about any of that diversity shit, who just wants a good story. And taking someone's work and diversifying it for the sake of diversifying, it as I said before, as a man once said, everything woke turns to shit. And when you have to keep pandering like this and keep promoting your product like this, you don't have any confidence in it. You know it's shit, and you're trying to sell it as much as possible because you know it's going to fail. But again, what do I know? Anyways, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.